Affirmation cards for African children are developed to give kids a sense of belonging and inclusion. These are also aimed at promoting healthy minds and building self-esteem through positive representation, which is an important part of raising children. For more on the cards, we chat to co-founders Fikile Moeti and Basheera Surty. Very good morning to you, ladies. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you for having us. Good morning.
Very good morning to you. Great having you on the show this morning. Fikile, I'll start with you. Tell us about these affirmation cards and what their role are.
This is such a beautiful, sentimental project that started as a mother. I didn't have such a great start with my son, and we went through quite a traumatic experience. And one of the things my therapist said to me was, if you could give your son anything in terms of helping him through what you guys have been through, the trauma that you've been through, what would you do? And I said, okay, let me think of books or something that I would do. And I was like, actually, affirmations. And being a yoga instructor, one of the things I really do believe is positive thoughts. What you say to yourself is so important. And to instill that within our kids is even more important, because that's the groundwork. That's the inner child where we all start.
Yes.
So, I mean, even though I do all the entertainment stuff and all the things I do on radio and TV, something I really am passionate about is mental health. And it starts from an early age. So I came to Basheera, and myself and Basheera have such a beautiful relationship because I run an organization called the Fikile Scholarship, and we've been on your show We're talking about this about a few years ago. But Basheera is one of the Fikile Scholar alumni. So she went through the program. She's also an occupational therapist and does so much amazing thing when it comes to inclusion and children in that space. So what I said, I was like, Basheera, you're an OT. I want to do this. How could we make these affirmations come to life in Africa? And she flipped the script on me, and she was like, let's make it about inclusion. Let's include the African child, because the African child, black and brown girls, need to be spoken more to, and boys, about who they are. They need to be proud of who they are. They need those affirmations, because affirmations go a long way.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what where the backstory of where it comes from. And as a dedication to my son, I was like, great, here we go. Affirmations for the African child. This is about positive building. These are beautiful cards, illustrations done by a 13-year-old girl, Medea, who's absolutely, just brought these things to life. And it's just these cards with these beautiful affirmations that talk about really building resilience, building self-esteem. I am love, I am worthy, my soul is kind. Those positive thoughts that we should be thinking every single day. So this is not only for children, I think it's for Simpiwe and Simpiwe's inner child also. All of us need them.
Yeah, we all need that, don't we? And now, Basheera, we heard Fikile heaping praises on you. How are you hoping these affirmation cards will build kids' self-esteem and confidence?
This is such a powerful tool. I mean, in the early years of a child's development, what they experience, how they live, what they feel around them is almost like an imprint for later on in their lives. So having something that's positive, that they can reflect on by themselves, and that parents can use as a tool with them, every day, to speak about these affirmations, to validate these affirmations, to allow children an opportunity to be seen and heard. Being a black child with a disability is political in its own right. And we just live in this world that has very negative associations to people with disabilities, to children of different races, people of color, and black children. So these affirmations are basically meant for children to keep for themselves, so that despite the difficult and negative world a child may live in, they still can build a positive self-esteem, and parents can still support them to build this positive self-esteem. So the cards have pictures of differently able children. You'll see children in wheelchairs, children with walking canes, children with prosthetics. You'll also see children with different skin tones, different cultural outfits, speaking different languages. And it's just meant to really start representing what children in Africa and looking at South Africa actually look like. And, we have a picture of a boy crying, and, just the picture says that it's okay to cry and it's okay to have these difficult feelings, so that children start realizing that if I am sad, it's okay. If I do feel a certain way, it's everything is okay. I am okay and I'm worthy as I am.
Yeah. Basheera, you just said something so significant. You said that being a black African child who has a disability is political. That really struck a chord. That is a very powerful statement. So what do you find generally lacks from kids with a low self-esteem?
Generally, kids with low self-esteem, it's never something that starts off internally. We're all born with a blueprint that is made of worthiness, of love. And it is the society that we've lived in and that has been created that has imprinted a negative self-belief on this child. So a child with low self-esteem will not be able to, or will have many challenges in actually reaching their full potential. Children who may be, have the potential to do such amazing things in the world will have a limitation in participating in their family spaces, socially, at school. We see so many children who have learning barriers, not realizing that those learning barriers are actually stemming not from a child's potential to learn, but from how the child actually sees themselves and how they learn and how other people see them, and the things that maybe people around them have told them. This just then has a ripple effect on how they then develop throughout childhood, throughout their teenage years. It could become destructive.
Okay.
They could start withdrawing and then into adulthood as well.
All right, I'm afraid we're going to have to end it there. But Fikile, just briefly, what's written on these cards? What affirmation notes do we have on? What is it is included to make it more appealing and interesting to the kids? And please be as brief as you possibly can. We need to take news.
No problem. All right. So I'll firstly want to tell everyone to go to African Affirmation. So that's africanaffirmations.org, where you can go check out the cards. We do have the affirmations there, so you can have a look at what we put out there for our beautiful kids and our future on this continent. Also, something very, very important that we wanted to include in the cards is that these are the first affirmation cards that include Braille. They will have Braille, and we're trying to get more African languages on these cards. At the moment, we've only got English and Braille, but that's the point of inclusion. So I am worthy, I am love, I'm a counsel. There's so many beautiful affirmations there for every child. And it's just about bringing us all together and saying we are not different. We are all the same. Let's celebrate our differences if they are differences.
All right.
So yes, that's ultimately. But yeah, and at I Am Affirmations on Facebook and on Instagram. Go check it out.
Okay, I quite like the Braille element for purposes of inclusion and ensuring that every child does have access to this. Ladies, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Fikile.
All right. Do have a great day now. Affirmation cards for African children are available online. We just spoke to the co-founders, Fikile Moeti and Basheera Surty. These cards are to play a key role in the transformation and development of self-esteem, confidence, and a positive mindset in children.